Yo, Big Kitch back up in here. According to Fantastic Hip Hop, Drake just took another shot at Kendrick Lamar, y'all. We're about to get into it. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Y'all know I don't like talking too much. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. So without further ado, let's get it.
Now, from Kendrick Lamar's new song and Super Bowl halftime show announcement, a new mixtape from Future, and other single releases from artists who he has beef with, when it comes to what is becoming the never-ending feud between Drake and all of his rivals, right now in terms of who is dominating the spotlight and getting all of the attention and praise. With Kendrick making history with the Super Bowl, Future's new mixtape having insane sales projections for an artist releasing their third full-length project this year, and even someone like The Weeknd just breaking an absolutely mind-boggling record as he became the first artist ever to have 18 songs with over 1 billion streams. All of these artists who contributed to the downfall Drake has been on are getting more praise than anyone else right now, and as a result of this, it seems like Drake has become more livid, and this has caused him to try and shift the spotlight back on him to create chaos in the music world and give him the attention that otherwise he would not be getting. And now how Drake went about this was by going on his old reliable good old burner account Plot Twist and posting a series of cryptic pictures that when you just stop and think about for more than a few seconds. While some of these are weird and clearly don't make any sense beyond Drake trying to make himself look smarter than he actually is, a lot of these are very obviously telling us about how he feels about all of his rivals catching non-stop W's at the moment, and even more significant than this, how Drake is going to try and crash this party and get his revenge on everyone who ruined him. And now out of all of the people Drake is livid at, most of these shots are aimed at Kendrick Lamar. And as Kendrick just was announced to be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show and also just released a new track where, although it wasn't a direct diss
Dot told him to stop taking shots or the boogeyman gonna come out
at Drake, it heavily alluded to how he destroyed him in their rap battle. After Drake tried to spread false narratives and pathetic knocks on Kendrick through his media pawns like DJ Academics and Mal, and also through his own actual OVO members. After that failed, Drake is now directly coming at Kendrick for the first time since his vague disses and proclamation about revenge on his last 100 gigs drop of new music. And now what Drake says here is a direct response to Kendrick playing the Super Bowl, as he posted multiple clips from Christopher Nolan's classic Batman movies. And now first off, Drake posted a few clips of Christian Bale's Batman talking about upgrading his suit and the type of enemies this tech he is using will allow for him to battle and withstand. And as they mention dogs and cats in this section, this seems like Drake is trying to spin this narrative of him being labeled as a dog, and specifically pertaining to how Kendrick Lamar called Drake goofy earlier this year, and now how other rappers are hopping in on this trend by calling Drake other ridiculous dog names. Try to flip this narrative in his own way and overall just add some general noise and chaos to this statement, which while I really don't think this does anything, nor does it really make any sense, this is the only conclusion we can draw from this. But now what's most important about all of this, and is really showing where Drake's head is at, he also posted a picture of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. And now again, this is of course another call to Nolan's Batman films, and beyond just bringing another clip from the movie that just feels like it's pulling at strings, this seems to be very targeted and direct in Drake's posting of this, as of course, as Bane is the villain in this film who is best remembered for his scene where he goes into the Gotham City football stadium and destroys the building as he proclaims once and for all at such a public and high-profile event.
Listen, Drake, I don't care what Batman suit you put on. It's not gonna work, bruh.
And he is taking over the city. When we see this picture from this part of the movie, and know that Kendrick is going to be performing at the Super Bowl, and of course at a football stadium, I mean, it's blatantly obvious that this is Drake's very direct way of trying to show the hand that he will be playing around Super Bowl time, which is seemingly going to be to ruin Kendrick Lamar's moment, and one of the biggest in hip-hop history for that matter. And while he obviously can't do what a fictional Batman villain did, he is pretty much using his presence as a mirror to what he wants to do, which is of course going to be to sabotage this moment and take it from Kendrick as he turns.
You bet not come out there in that Super Bowl field. Somebody gonna tackle your ass.
The tides of everything going on. And now with Drake doing this, and then a few stories later posting a character who is famous for going on a quest to retrieve the crown that has been stolen from him, I mean, it's very clear that he's trying to convince us that he is going to be taking rap back in this moment. And now I will say, unlike the music he releases, Drake's social media posts where he is referencing other media and using movie clips to tell us what is next usually end up being right in terms of showing what actually is going to come, regardless of if it actually delivers on that promise of what he's trying to do, which as we saw during this beef, it never did. But now with this plan for Drake, I think at this point we can expect Drake to be plotting for something huge to happen on the night of the Super Bowl, which will either be one of three things. And now with these routes he can take, it's looking like Drake will either be dropping a new song. But now considering how poor his recent singles have performed, I think it's more probable and would make more sense for him to flood the market with an entire new album, EP, or mixtape. And I do think that this is what we will most likely see, but also, as this is about performing at the end of the day, it's possible that Drake could try to get even more petty than this and try and throw a show of his own in a surrounding venue to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. And this could even be a show between him and Lil Wayne. And while this would add some direct real-life competition to what Kendrick is about to do with the halftime show, I don't think it would really have any impact because there's no venue bigger that Drake and Wayne could be at. So
Unless Lucian Grange pay a big bag to Jay-Z and them. Unless Lucian Grange, UMG, pay a big bag. I don't know, man. I don't know. What y'all think? Is it possible? Because it's somebody who just came out and said, yeah, Kendrick Lamar gonna bring up Lil Wayne and Drake on the stage, and they gonna amend everything. Do y'all think that's a possibility that could happen? Yes or no?
So they would only be second fiddle at best to what Kendrick is doing. But now with how misguided Drake's moves have been, we can discount this possibility entirely. But now overall, with Drake posting Bane to try and reveal to us his plan to ruin Kendrick's moment and take over the Super Bowl season as he snatches back the crown of rap out of nowhere, are we really supposed to be scared or even the slightest bit intimidated by this? Because when we break it down, projecting yourself and alluding to your emotional state and plan by posting a Batman villain on your burner social media account is about the lamest and most juvenile thing you can do. And at this point, I mean, it's almost like Drake doesn't understand why he is getting no respect from his peers or from genuine hip-hop heads, because doing this stuff at the point and at the level he has done it, it is really the most pathetic and anti-hip-hop thing you can possibly do. Because now with all of these posts, it is just endless setup after endless setup without any sort of payoff, which makes all of this aimless posting that is only going to lead to more failure. And if Drake really had a Bane moment coming, let's just imagine that for a second. Why would he put it on Kendrick and everyone else's radars that it's coming instead of just popping out and doing the thing out of nowhere? Because in all honesty, by teasing it, it ruins the mystique and intent of anything Drake could do and just makes these posts seem more performative and desperate for attention than anything. And at the end of the day, this is really the problem with everything for Drake, because now everything is a performance from him and a chance to not win fans back genuinely, but to try and deceive him into liking him again, as opposed to genuinely grasping onto something that he's offering purely from his music. And now I know I have said this 1,000 times in my videos, but there's no other way to put it. In a genre like hip-hop, this is never gonna work, because even with the state of the genre right now, with all of its cosplayers and fake MCs who are trying to ride out with gimmicks in supplement of actual talent, even with how low the bar is bent, people are no longer seeing.
Hey, look, them higher ups told that girl, look, you can't wear no afro no more because you getting black girls to wear their afro now. We don't want that. I'm telling you, the power of this rap stuff is powerful, man. She don't wear her afro no more. Now, you don't see no girls wearing the afro now. But when she first came out, girls started to wear their afro. I want y'all to pay attention, man. Hey, them people said, nah, no more afros. We don't want them black girls. We don't want them being themselves. We don't want them being themselves. Nope. Don't put that stuff in your hair.
And Drake through the lens that he has needed them to for his brand to actually succeed. So as long as people keep seeing these immature and pathetic social media boards and hints that for a man of his age to do over and over again is just absolutely pathetic, no matter if what he is planning to is as big as ruining the most televised event of the entire year and one of the most anticipated rap performances of all time, no one is going to take Drake seriously because he has given us no reason to, and without the hype and flair that used to surround these petty and immature stunts that he used to do to promote his very lacking music, we are only going to see this downfall continue and Kendrick's victory get all the larger. So with all this said, let me know, what do you think of Drake's Super Bowl-sized crash out?
Hey, man, hey, look, Drake, you better not come on that field, boy. You better not come on. I know Kendrick Lamar gonna pay for some people from Compton to come out to the Super Bowl. You better not come on that field, boy. I'm telling you. What y'all think, man? Y'all think he gonna pull one of them Batman moves and try to fly out there like Peter Pan? Man, look, you better not mess up that concert, bro. You better not. What y'all look? Matter of fact, this is what I want to know from y'all. What y'all think would happen if Drake came on a football field like without Kendrick Lamar and them permission? Like he come in there and try to rush it, like on some jealous, hating stuff. What y'all think could happen? Y'all think one of them football players would tackle him? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.